Hi guys, it's Andy from mcfcfantv and welcome to this post-match on this evening's game. City winning 1-0 away at the Emirates Stadium against Arsenal. I'm here with Chris. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm happy after that. It was a bit nerve-wracking at times, but, you know, we were never really in any doubt, I don't think, of conceding. They didn't create very much, did they? So
no,
just needed a second.
Yeah, I mean, we were crying out for it. Thought that was going to come, didn't we? I think in the first half. But we're going to have a look at the match overall. See what you guys in the chat think about today's performance. Even though it's 3 points, another clean sheet, we've got to take those positives out of it. And we're not going to win every game 3-4-0 and things like that. But Chris has got some stats for you, and we're going to also tonight do the player ratings. So we're going to look at a quick overview. We've got about, 45 minutes or so, and we're going to look at the match today. I don't know whether there's too much to talk about, but we'll certainly cover what we can and what you guys want to talk about, and we'll give you the man of the match. And obviously in the community chat, by the time we come to the end of this, we're going to look at man of the match. And the question earlier this evening was, who was your man of the match? So if you've not done it, go over on the channel now, cast your vote, and we'll see at the end what happens. But let's see who's quickly on, and then we'll crack on with it. Tough win, job done. Alec Johnson, absolutely agree with that. That's what's called grinding out a result. Yeah, if you're going to want to win the league, Eddie, you're going to have to do those type of performances. Come on, City, says Dupes. Man City fan says Eddie Brown of Spain, 2008 to 12, did a lot of that, if I recall. Absolutely. Harch is on. How are you? Stones, Diaz, and Fernando. He thinks we're on fire. Alan's on. How are you, mate? Boom, he says. Simple as that. I've got a bit of a hangover today. Unite out with Ross. Samuel Gringo said, too bad if Sterling made passes to his teammates. It would have been 4-0, but he prefers to dart like a bull and give nothing. I find him selfish every game. He's the player that won us the game tonight, mate. So I think you're talking a little bit garbage, if I'm being honest with that one. Something he needs to improve. He is in his prime as well. He's 27, right? Oh, nonsense. Charlie, ever at Evening Blues, some people will call that a bad performance, but I call that a champion's performance. I absolutely agree with you, Charlie. What do you think, Chris, on that state?
Absolutely. Liverpool last year won a lot of games 1-0, 2-1. Not at their best. And last season, we sort of lost games like that, you know, where we weren't quite at it. I think we controlled the game really well, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think Arsenal did a great deal up front. I mean, Stones and Diaz were fantastic, and Fernandinho as well. Just brilliant performances.
He did. Alec Johnson says another win. What else have we got here? Yusuf says, excellent win for you guys. Not at your best, but grinding out wins is a sign of champions. You're spot on, you. It is. We cannot win, and this is what people need to understand. We cannot win 3-0, 4-0, 5-0 every single week. Remember, we're playing tons of games, even though we're rotating. We've got players that have come back from injuries. You know, we had the Gundogan as well coming back tonight, which I was quite surprised he actually played. But if I just go through the lineups, just for those who might not have seen the game, the lineups for Man City tonight was Ederson, Cancelo, Stones, Diaz, Zinchenko. We then have Fernandinho, De Bruyne, and Gundogan. Mahrez on the right, Bernardo Silva in behind, and Sterling, though they all rotate as well. So it was a very, very strong lineup there. What were your thoughts on Fernandinho coming in? I was actually quite surprised. I don't think none of us on the Friday Night Social went for. I think we all went Rodri, didn't we?
I think so. Yeah, I think
that is all of us. Yeah, all of us.
I think that's pretty natural to assume these days. But then you should never assume with a Pep lineup, should you? I'm pretty sure. I thought he'd be back for the Mönchengladbach game. I thought,
I thought that might have been his game.
But you know, it's a hell of a luxury to have in your back pocket to have him waiting in the wings.
Absolutely, absolutely amazing. I mean, the guy is just incredible. Brad Niblock says, "Can anyone tell me how on earth the Croydon De Bruyne is?" I know. I mean, what was that all about? I mean, I think Martin Tyler tonight made 2 or 3 comments, and I posted it 2 at the time, one at half time, and then one at half time. It was like City should something or other about the win today. Like, for fuck's sake, it's half time. You know, give him a chance, and then the whole thing got.
He made some comment.
It was about the Gnabry or El Nani thing, and they deserve to get beat if El Nani scored that, and it was like, what?
He said something like, at about 20 minutes, he said something like, Arsenal looked tired. It's probably from, the excursions in the week. And then about 10 minutes later, he said, oh, it looks like they've worked off the tiredness, and just like.
I know. Every time Arsenal went forward, you could hear his voice the tone and pitch in his voice get higher and higher.
Yeah, he hates.
Oh, horrendous. SOS says a win's a win. 3 points, 3 more points, 18 on the bounce. Can't be bad. Jesus, it's not. Anyone else realise that Arsenal had to cry De Bruyne because that's all I heard all game? I know, yeah, so did I. Charlie says, yeah, Kamal Tyler had the best weekend of commentary. He was the weatherman yesterday. He was. He was. Sorry, I got to miss. I have to go to bed on online school tomorrow. Good luck, Sean, and thank you anyway for giving us a shout on there. Leonard, evening, everyone. Ain't it good to be a Blue? Absolutely. It is brilliant. Pado Oaks, hi all Blues. Let's see who else is on before we get into it. They call Saka the next Pele. Yeah, well. He's a good young player.
Mm-hmm.
Equalled our own record of 11 consecutive away wins in all competitions. Yeah, I mean, it could be more records broken, even at this early stage. I'll say becoming predictable when KDB is playing. Come on, Leonard. Go and watch the Friday Night Social, mate. I'm sure you have. And that's a bit of an inflammatory statement, but if we're not getting into the KDB thing. Charlie says, hi, Chris, hashtag legend.
Hey, Charlie.
Dupes, hi, Chris and Andy. CM6. Hello. Evening, Andy and Chris says Shedders. Charlie, Cancelo didn't have his best game, but got there in the end. See, Chris is buzzing after another Mahrez masterclass.
It was for 10 minutes. It was a masterclass.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I know, yeah. Controlled the game, never in doubt. Jack Lee's on. How are you, buddy? Welcome. Andrew W. Hi, guys. Double-digit lead over second. 25 games in. Lovely stuff. Absolutely spot on. Noah says the defence you can win every game. Chris, how was it nerve-wracking, Chris? No chance for Arsenal. Well, I don't know. I was getting a little bit tentative in that second.
Listen, with a name like Pardue Oaks, you've got to be there for long enough to know.
Yeah, I know.
Why? God, come on.
I know. Abdallah's on. Good evening, guys. Hope you're well. We are, mate. Hope you're well. Scott Williams agrees. Shellers never got a third gear, but controlled the game. Saved energy. Minutes in KDB's legs. 3 points. Happy Sunday. Absolutely. One chop your dick off, son. Sorry, that was a massive jump in comments. Where's that gone? Oh my God, it is a massive jump in comments. I do apologise. So many there. Let me find him. Where's he gone? I might have to come back to you. One chop your dick off. JV Viva there. Stressful to watch, but glad the Blues saw the game through. Absolutely. Andy Mills, evening Blues. How are you, Andy? Hope you're well. Man of the match, delicious. There you go. It's catching on. Isaac Hawk says, often seems like we're playing three at the back. Zinchenko and Cancelo being a lot further up. Yeah, they're not with. That's the way we've been playing of late, mate. Scott thinks Cancelo was garbage. Charlie Mahrez, yes, Mahrez bailed him out on numerous occasions. Game management thinks Dudley. I agree. I think that's what it was today. We can't keep going at 100 miles an hour because you see what happens to Liverpool when you try and do it for too long. Ryan Edwards, Gabby worked like a monster, but I've never seen an effort on goals so high in mine. I must admit, that's what I thought when I was like, oh my God, what was that? Callum Hudson, Hudson, how are you, mate? John Stones bodied Aubameyang. Anybody else? Let's just see. Sorry, it's a big jump. Let me go down. We've got Jack Lee. We've done that. Oh, Queen versus King. Who would you say will be better in the future, Foden or Torres? Foden for me every day. I don't know about you, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there we go. Before we get into it, Fernandinho getting better with age. And Alan's on. Morning, boys. Good win. Not a great game, but a good win. It absolutely was. So, Chris, have you got any stats on the game for us?
Well, I'm just going to say what I thought. Really, I thought it was a great start. Should have been out of sight, really, but we fluffed the lines a few times. I think there's a few players guilty of that. It was a lovely goal, fantastic pass by Diaz out, and as with Riyad's first touch, as usual, just it is amazing what he can do with football. And he put in a fantastic cross. And I know that the Arsenal defence have had a bit of a grief about a 5'7" striker being able to head from there, but he got in a good position, and it was a lovely pass. It was a lovely cross by Mahrez. So and then I think after that, for probably 10 minutes, it looked like it was going to be a walk in the park for us. We looked at our very best, and then for whatever reason, we took our foot off the gas, or Arsenal found out, how to play is a bit better. They grew in confidence, but I thought we managed the game really well and restricted Arsenal to very few chances. I think they had Edison had one save to make. It wasn't the best game we'll ever see, but the win is all that matters, and it never looked in any doubt really. So that's another clean sheet, Andy. 15 in the Premier League, 23 overall. I thought it was some good performances, and no one was lacking in effort. As someone has said in the comments, 11 successive away wins, which is a club record equalled. 18 wins in a row, 25 games unbeaten, 10 points ahead of our nearest rivals, 19 ahead of Liverpool. And what I find really interesting is our next 4 Premier League games are all at home.
Yeah.
So that's massive. That puts us in a prime position to put real pressure on the competition. Really, nobody else looks as strong as we do defensively, and we don't look like losing. I think the only question mark that I have got really hanging over this team is what happens when we go a goal down, because we haven't been a goal down since the Tottenham defeat, and that's the only thing that I'd say that you can question them on now, and that's nothing really. They're just playing at such a high level, and when you look at that, the away games we got left, we've only got 2 away games at top 10 opposition, and that's at Leicester and Villa.
Yeah.
So it looks good for us, really good.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at some more stats here, City unbeaten in their past 25 games across all competitions, won 22, drawn 3. Second longest run without defeat under Guardiola after a 28-game spell in April to December of 2017. This was Man City's 15th clean sheet, as you mentioned earlier. Since the start of last season, no player has scored more away goals than Raheem Sterling in the Premier League. He scored 20. Indeed, Sterling's total is twice as many as Man City's second highest away scorer in this period, which is Gabby Jesus with 10. Sterling is the third player to score in 3 consecutive away games against Arsenal in the Premier League after Nicolas Anelka, which was 4 games ending in May 2009, and Ian Hart, 3 games ending in 2003. So there you go. Raz getting a header, absolutely amazing. Match stats, possession-wise, it ended up a little bit closer as Arsenal crept in it in the second half with more possession. 45% to Arsenal, so fair play to them. 55% to City. However, you look at the shots, 7 for Arsenal, 15 for City. But then you look at sort of the overall stats: 1 shot on goal for Arsenal, 3 for Man City. And I think that was sort of sums up, that stat alone sums it up, doesn't it? The game in total: 1 shot on target for Arsenal, 3 for City, but got the all-important goal, which was the main thing at the end of the day. Let's see. Hi, young Andy. Yeah, I wish I was young again. Man City make earthquakes. The gaps are deadly. Very good. I like that. Sir Alan says could have battered Cancelo with his mad pass, but mad pass back. He went as high as the roof. That could have been comical. Leonard says Arsenal should consider themselves lucky that City have an important game on Wednesday. Queen versus King, my team for next season: Edison, Zinchenko, Diaz, Stones, Cancelo, De Bruyne, Rodri, Bernardo, Foden, Torres, and Sterling. I'll be interested. What? No Messi in there? I'm sorry, I'm just winding up. God is a City fan. Yeah, that was a very funny quote.
Well, if that is true, he must have only just jumped on the bandwagon because he put us through a few years of hell.
Yeah. Well, he did. Somebody did post on there. Well, of course he is. He's got Jesus in the team. Or Jesus, if you want to call him that. Lego and Sweets on. Hello, Chris. Hello, Andy. How are you, buddy? Thank you very much for Friday Night Social and some good questions and super chats. No one is stopping us. Records do pay. God is sky blue. He is. Sorry, just jumped that one. Charlie, City have collected more Premier League points in 2021, 33 than Liverpool, Tottenham and Arsenal combined. That's another great stat, that, mate. So, my haters, I don't know, maybe they'll be on. Maybe we'll talk about all those horrible Mahrez haters. But he didn't score. It was a cross. Come on. At the end of the day.
He worked hard today, though. He
did play. I thought he did very well today. Did very well. That was his 1 in 5, Chris.
No, he's one. I thought
as you mentioned. Oh, that's 2 in 5 then.
2
and 2, yeah. Goes to grades. Hello, Andy and Chris. How are you? King of Assist says, hi, young Chris. Look, hold on. Played well today. Do pay. Alec Johnson says, love this show. Another overtime one, please. No, can't tonight, mate. Me and Chris weren't even. I don't think we're supposed to be on tonight. But anyway, it's a long story. But we are here, and last minute I had to do some stuff for you guys to come on. But Leonard said, God, Jesus, shall we call the tea lady Maria? Mahrez played well. Hold your hand up. No, we've just said Mahrez. Chris has just said that. There he is. One chop your dick off. I thought first half Mahrez let Tierney and Saka run at Cancelo without helping, but overall much better. There is a point in that. But I did think that his work rate definitely increased. I don't know whether Pep got into him, but I thought he tracked back really well. If Mahrez had the work ethic of Bernardo, he'd be a better player. Well, yeah, maybe. But anyway.
You can throw that accusation, though, at everybody because Bernardo's work rate is just sensational.
Yeah, it is absolutely sensational. The goal. What I noticed in the first half in particular was, I don't know whether they clearly targeted that crossfield ball. Just Matt Blue Heart's on. Hello, Blue Heart. I spoke to you. Mahrez has climbed out of his donkey suit at last. And I thought it was obviously a Pep tactic. And we saw a number of players trying to play that ball, in particular Fernandinho. We know his passing range is exceptional. And we saw Stones and Diaz trying to put it out wide on that right-hand side as quickly as possible to Mahrez, and which ultimately led to the goal. What were your thoughts on the goal, Chris?
I thought it was brilliant, mate, because I thought the pass from Diaz was fantastic. But Mahrez's control is second to none. And like I said, Andy, it was a brilliant cross to find Sterling, who got in a good position. Fair play, he got up, leapt like a salmon, in it went. It was a good header. It was a great start to the game. I think Arsenal will be a bit disappointed that someone of Raz's size got to beat 2 centre backs, but it was a fantastic ball.
It is, and it's not just that. Something I mentioned on the Friday Night Social, and that was, I do think Raheem makes intelligent runs, and I think he because of his size, if he would have been a 6'3" striker, you probably would have had both centre backs keeping. As soon as Mahrez got the ball, thinking, "Shit, they're going to cross it in for him. They're going to cross it in." But we rarely, throughout a whole 90 minutes, put tons and tons and tons of crosses in. Yeah. But when you've got the quality of Mahrez or Bernardo or Kevin De Bruyne or whoever, I think Raz probably just looked at that and thought, a little bit of space, I'll go into that space. Chances are he's not going to cross. The defender's going to get it before I get it. But it wasn't. It was such a good cross.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking, he's going to miss this. He's going to run 10 yards over the bar. But he didn't. He leapt really high. and just glanced it into the corner. 2 minutes in, 1-0 up, and you're thinking, wow, this is it. This could be a rout. But it wasn't. But there was another opportunity from Kevin De Bruyne. There was a ball put in for Raz, and I think Raz mentioned it in his post-match. Yeah, I sort of dilly-dallied on it a bit too long, but what a ball that was. I mean, that was a phenomenal ball.
Well, that's KDB all over. You know, we'll talk about him in the player ratings a bit more maybe, but Kevin's got that capability, mate. And I think on that, I think that's Raz's biggest sort of failing, really. Is he does sometimes hesitate a little too long, you know, and he should just smash it or try and find somebody else. I don't know, but yeah, it was a good chance. I thought in the first 10, 15 minutes, Andy, we were on.
It was sensational.
Forms, yeah. This
I thought
was
brilliant.
The best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have been, like you say, if we would have stayed at that, we would have smashed them. Whatever the reason was that we decided not to play that sort of pace, and probably if we'd got the second, you know, and then decided to control the game, you know, we'd all probably been a little bit happier. But you can't moan. We controlled the game perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I think it was a performance overall that wasn't great. It wasn't a great performance. It was a bit sloppy at times. For me, we looked a bit. We messaged, didn't we? And I said, you know, at our time, they look knackered and waiting, you know, as we normally do, 60, 70 minutes in. In fact, if anything, I thought we looked a little bit tired tonight in certain players. Looked like they were a little bit, you know, going through the motions, thinking maybe they wouldn't have done with a different defence, but knowing that we've got Stones, Diaz and those players at the back in such great form, thinking, oh, maybe we can get through the motions here, because I thought we looked a little bit leggy at times. There was a little sloppy passes, and you know, it was all a little bit. But that
there was,
wasn't there?
Yeah, and I think Kevin looked tired in the second half.
Yeah, looked very tired.
And I thought Gundo was quiet tonight, and he probably, you know, again just eased himself back in. So yeah, that's you know, most of your midfield not quite at the best. You know, Fernandes was sensational behind them too, and Bernardo as well did really well tonight. You know,
and that goes show you that you know, the picking and choosing Fernandinho's games.
Yeah.
Once a week or once every 3 games and things like that. That's the type of performance you get out of him. He can't do it 2 games in, 2 or 3 games on the run. But I agree with the likes of Gundogan coming back after that niggle, Kevin De Bruyne coming back again. I thought those 2, you know, didn't do anything majorly wrong, but both looked like you could see they were coming back from something. They weren't anywhere near the best, but. The class was still there at the end of the day. But were you surprised there weren't any more minutes for Sergio Aguero?
When Gabby came on, I thought, well, and you see when they were showing Sergio, I say warming up.
Well, warming up. Well, no, walking up and down.
Thinking, he ain't coming on. Yeah. I think he'll get time. Pep said tonight, hasn't he? He said it's been a really tough run of games, and it has. It's been, you know, February looked
horrendous.
You know, it did, and you know, I look at it now and think to myself, it doesn't look so bad when you look on it, but looking there forward to it, it was like, Jesus, we've got some tough games coming up there. Because you got Everton away, Liverpool away, you know, away at Arsenal. Chelsea away, you know, and Tottenham. I mean, Tottenham haven't been great recently at all, but still, they've done all right against City in recent years. So we've played some tough matches, and just really, really, you can't speak highly enough of Pep and the team, because it is a team, and you know, if someone's not playing at their best, you know, there's always somebody helping out. And I think Cancelo he did a couple of good things there. I thought he should have scored, or at least passed the ball to Gundogan. But you know, Mari's got back to help him, and it's a great to see the team playing like this. It's a real team ethic at the minute, and
it is.
I think Sergio will get his game time coming from this point onwards. I really do.
I agree, and like I said, I don't think I mean, I just posted on Twitter earlier, you know, straight after the game, look, you get the same points for 1-0 or you do for a 3-0. It's 3 points. It's a brilliant win. It's away at Arsenal. We weren't great, but it's still 3 points, and that's a game. Maybe last year we might have drawn or lost.
Yeah.
If players were playing at that level or were as tired or whatever, and we have had an awful lot of games. So I was absolutely I was over the moon. 3 points. Happy.
Yeah.
Players get a little bit more minutes in the legs and things like that. So I've got no problems with it whatsoever. Right, before we do the player ratings, is there just anything that anyone or a performance tonight that stood out for you? Was there anybody, to be fair?
I thought
probably an easier question because there were, for me, a couple of players.
Yeah, I thought Diaz and Stones were both fantastic tonight. I thought Fernandinho was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it again, I thought Zinchenko as well had a really good game. Intelligent game. Really intelligent game from Zinchenko.
Yeah. Go on, mate.
And I think Bernardo would be the only other one I would say. And obviously Mahrez as well. Mahrez started off like he was on fire. He looked world class when he first started that game. I was thinking, oh, I'm going to make to look a fool. But then he reverted to type.
There you go. Martin Tyler is awful. Zinchenko was okay. Sterling was immense. Blue Heart says, I rate them all very highly. Charlie says, Diaz and Stones, Werner and Stones, Zinchenko as well, Mr. Consistent. Diaz, Stones, Zinchenko, Sterling, says Alec Johnson. Right, we're going to go into the player ratings because we've got about sort of 25 minutes or so. So let's crack on and do the player ratings, and we'll start off with Chris, and then I'll come to your comments. And everybody, please put in your scores. Normally, like usual, we tend to sort of say 6 is nothing great, nothing bad as an average. So when we're sort of giving our scores, that's what we look at. Obviously, we say if you get a goal or a great assist, you might get an extra point, or do something really bad, then you might lose a point. But let's go for the first one, and that is Ederson. What are your thoughts on Eddie tonight?
It was a typical game for Eddie, wasn't it? One save to make, and some of his distribution was just unbelievable. Just unbelievable pass from a ball. I gave him a 7.5, Andy. I thought,
okay,
it's hard to give him a really high score when he's not having to do much in a game, but you got to say his distribution is just...
It's phenomenal, isn't it?
There's nobody else in the world like him.
No. All right, let's whiz through some of these then. King of Assists gives him a 9. Blue Art says, happy birthday to Mr. Mahrez, by the way. It was his birthday today. Happy birthday, Riyadh. Shedders, 6. Only had 1 shot. Leonard, 6. Charlie gives him an 8. Foden started 9 process. Oh, yes, sorry, mate. We're on to the score predictions. 7. Not score predictions, play ratings. Padawork 7, Kamal 7, King of Assists at 9. Mark 8, did nothing. Well, that's your starting point then, 8. We normally give him a 6 if he don't do anything great or not, but you're giving him an 8. Edison 10 for keeping our grass clean. Oh God, another shitload of comments. I do it. They just jump up. You pause for 1 second, there's like bang, a load more. 7.5 from Scott, great distribution, not much to do. 9 from Cafe Del Casual, love him. Jack Lee, 7 for distribution. SOS gives him a 7. King of Assists gives him a 9. The clean sheet, Simon, a 7. Stephen Dempster gives him a 7. Andy Milnes, a bit of a wreck in second half, but a great 7, a great game. Dudley Lewis, 7.5. Scotty Moore gives him a 10 for that Cancelo pass back clearance. Peter Curry gives him a 7. Noah gives him a 7. Legon Sweet gives him an 8. Before I go, Ryan, sorry, Eddie 8 passing was better than KDB's today. He's always passing, he's superb. Simon Bajowski, as usual, we always give his because he's the Manchester Evening News Man City correspondent, whether he's a City fan or not, who knows. Edison did everything that could be asked of him on a day where not much came his way because of the sterling efforts of the players in front of him, gave him a 7. And we always do this on your scores, not our scores. 7's the most popular, so I'm gonna give him a 7. It's the most popular score. There's some 10s and things which I'm not sure we can give him a 10, but Edison gets a 7. His passing is phenomenal. It really is. Right, moving on to somebody who kept his place in the team, and that is Joao Cancelo. So, Chris, what were your thoughts on Joao today?
He was good at times when he was attacking. He got forward well, linked up the play well, but he was a bit. I do think Tierney and Saka gave him a hard time today.
In the second half, in particular.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and like I say, he could have scored, and if he could have passed it to Gundogan to have pretty much a tap in as well on that one. And he did make a couple of sloppy errors as well, to be fair. It was one of those games for him. It's a bit up and down. 6.5 I gave him.
Okay.
Like somebody said on that what clearance that was on the byline.
Yeah.
Back to Eddie.
Yeah, I know. It was. Right, he gives... Reckon Gaming gives him a 6. Simon gives him a 6. Charlie says 6.5, sloppy. Leonard 5.5, his worst game. Cancelo 6.5. Scott 6.5, thought he was poor today. Jack Lee says 6.5. Cancelo from Pardo 6. Kamal gives him a 7.5. Mark Armstrong, 7.5 from Kamal. Mark Armstrong gives him a 7. King of Assist 6 for missing that chance. Andy Mills says Cancelo did some decent work, but 7. SOS 6.5, weird game. Cancelo 6.5 from Stephen Dempster. CM City says 4, worst performance I've seen from him in ages. Peter Curry 6.5. Cheddars 1 says 7, good at times. Had a difficult second half. Yeah, I think he did. Cancelo was 6. Scott Mills 6, one of his worst performance. Strange distribution choices. Dupes is on, gives him a 5.1. Dudley gives him a 6.5 to a 7. Simon Bajowski said, struggled with Tierney pushing up high behind him and was booked for tangling with the fullback. Couldn't get in the game as much as he usually does and gave him a 6. Ryan says, Cancelo 6, disaster waiting to happen, should have scored. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go. Did you give him a 6.5?
Yeah.
I think that's probably fair for everybody else's comments in it. I can't give him a 4. And I won't give him anything more than a 7, if I'm being honest. So we'll go 6, be generous and give him a 6.5 for Cancelo, which goes over to the other side, and that was Zinchenko today. So Cancelo gets 6.5. What were your thoughts on Zinchenko today, Chris?
I thought he had another really good game. I thought he was in an intelligent game. He went forward at the right times. He stayed back at the right times. He made some good interceptions as well, Andy. I thought, for me, he is, without a doubt, part of the delicious back line, So he is. Maybe with him.
Where's Ross when you need him?
We call them golden delicious when those 4 players yeah, I thought he had a good game. I'd give him a 7.5 to an 8, something around that. I thought he had a good game.
Wow, 7.5 to an 8 there from Chris. So let's see. Harry Kemp says 7, not bad. Leonard gives him 6.5. Charlie 7.5, great and solid. Alex, a big fan. He gives him a 9. 9? Wow. Simon gives him a 7.5. Lengan Sweet gives him Lengan Sweet. I need to pronounce this. You need to tell me Lengan Sweet. Am I pronouncing that properly? 7.5. Mark Armstrong gives him a 7. King of Assists a 7. Jack Lee a 7.5. Kamal gives him a 7.5 as well. Alec gives him my man of the match. Gracie Chadwick says, I'm right. Is that should that be ... and we all have to fill in the blanks? Maybe that's one for everyone on Man City Fan TV. I'm a what's Gracie? I'm a get your comments in. It could be delicious. Zinky, great game, solid. Zinchenko, really good, 7.5. Pardo Oaks, CM City gives him 7.5. Scott Williams, 7.5, aggressive going forward, still has a howler in him though, defensively. Shedder's 7.5, solid and consistent. 7.5 says SOS. There's quite a lot of standard scores coming up here. Scotty Moore, 9, fantastic display again. Zinchenko, 7 from Stephen Dempster. Ryan says Sinky, 8, steady and reliable on the ball, solid passing. Peter Curry gives him a 7.5. So does Dudley Lewis, but might go up to an 8. Alex says Zinchenko's passes were spot on. Yeah, Andy, it's right. Thank you, mate. Leng and Sweet. Leng and Sweet. Yeah, Leng and Sweet, maybe. King of Assists, keep smoking that cigar, mate. Laurie, I mean, Zinny, an 8. Zinchenko from Simon Bajowski says, made important clearances at the back and also showed an excellent understanding of when to stay back and push forward. His intelligence helped City to keep their calm. Gave him a 7. So I'm going to go slightly higher and probably agree with Chris's score here and your scores. That's more importantly, it's all about an average somewhere there about what you gave him. So I'm going to give Zinchenko a 7.5 from your scores. So that's what he gets today. I thought he had a very solid game and he has been ultra consistent for Man City lately. Very, very good. Right, which one of the delicious duo do I go for first? I'll go for Diaz. So Chris, are we running out of superlatives for this player?
Mate, I think I could say the exact same thing about him and Stones today.
Yeah.
Other than that, Diaz with that absolutely wonderful pass out to Mahrez for the goal probably is the only difference. Maybe. I thought it was great. I think when he got forward with the ball as well, he proper looked. He looked better today with the ball at his feet. I thought he was really good, and him and Stones together, they are just wonderful. So I see a few 9s. I had 8.5, but I'm more than happy to give Diaz a 9 for his performance today.
Wow. Okay, CM City gives him an 8. Charlie Everett, 9.5. Wow. There we go. Kamal Dwyer, a 9. Simon gives him a 9. Andy Milnes, Diaz a 9. King of Assists, 8.5. Here we go. Richard Red Balls. It's their actual City fans here. It's just people looking for City fans. Please tell me you're not Mark Goldbridge. But anyway, you probably are. You've got that many aliases. But anyway, let's go back to the. Where was it? I don't know whether you've chainsawed him or not.
Maybe. Yeah, no, I didn't. I was at.
Are they not? Oh yeah.
No,
okay.
I'll get rid of him next time.
All right. Scott Williams, 8.5. 9, man of the match, colossal. Pardo Oaks, Diaz, 8.5. Diaz was like a wall. Laurie says a 9. Alec Johnson gives him a 9. Jack Lee, 8.5. Solid as always. Mark Armstrong, 8.5. Kept the door shut. Charlie says, chainsaw time, Chris. Shedders Wall says 9. Man of the match performance. Ball leader, inspires everyone around him. Ryan says Stones and Diaz, 19 between them. Do the math. Diaz getting better and better passing quality today. Diaz talking to the teammates non-stop. Leonard says Diaz and Stones can't split them, nor should Pep. Both of them an 8.5. Steve Dempster, Diaz was his usual self, 8.5. It comes to something when we probably all agree with that statement, Stephen. It's that he's pretty close to that nearly every single game at the moment. And an 8.5 on Man City Fan TV that's a great performance, considering we start at 6. Let Love lead. Wow, what a team. And very optimistic. This Man City team is more than capable of winning all trophies and also defending them back to back. I love that positivity. Love it. Lengan Sweet says Diaz a 10. It's me on. Hi guys, 9 for Diaz. Oh, here we go. Here we go. They're on. We're not even got out the defence yet, and they're already here. There we go. We'll hold that one. Booty Chichi Abdila Half Dead or whatever you called. Hold that one for later when we actually get to Riyad Mahrez, because we're actually talking about Ruben Diaz at the moment. Samuel Gringo gives him a 9. Let's win the lot. Get the keyboards ready. Yeah, here we go. What does Simon Wachowski say? Diaz, his crossfield ball for Mahrez to set the opening goal up was straight out of Aymeric Laporte's textbook, and he was rock solid whenever City needed him and gave him an 8. Wow. I'm going to have to give him an 8.5. Because there's 8s on here, there's 9s on here. I know there's a few 10s. You're not going to give him a 10, surely. But there's 9s, 8.5s, 8s, 8s, 9s, 8.5. Yeah, give Ruben Diaz absolutely superb again. I mean, it's almost like his regular score on here. Brilliant today. 8.5 most ratings. Yeah, that's what he gets. Now to his partner in crime, Mr. Cagoule, rather than Cagoule. I thought some of the way he brought the ball out from defence today was phenomenal. And I probably, it's your scores, not mine, but I would probably give him a slightly higher score than Diaz today. I thought he was exceptional, and that's John Stones.
Yeah, I agree, Andy. Totally. I thought it's him and another player for my man of the match, and I can't split him and the other player. So I thought he was fantastic today. Really,
brilliant,
really good. Yeah.
I thought even in a all right, didn't have tons to do defensive wise, and we have seen him having to defend a bit more in previous games. The way he strode out with the ball today, I thought was. I was looking at him just thinking the way he was beating midfielders and then carrying on beating 3 of them with the ball and then playing simple ball out wide and then staying out wide to drag them out, because he saw Fernandinho dropping deep and going, I'm going to hang out here and drag another player over to me. It might create some more space. I thought it was very intelligent play. I don't know whether, obviously, maybe Pep's been working on that. I don't know. But I thought today's game, I thought he was exceptional.
Yeah, I agree. Totally. I thought he probably was man of the match with this other player.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So Simon goes 9. My man of the match. Stones gets an 8. Jack Lee, Barnsley Beckenbauer 8.5. Scotty Moore loving his confidence, bringing the ball forward 8.5. Stones gets a 9 from Alec Johnson. Charlie, brilliant again. You see when they make a tackle, they both high five each other. Gets a 9, and that was it. They form such a bond, don't they? So quickly. They look. They're almost geeing each other on to make sure it's clean sheet and don't concede anything. And I love that attitude. Shedder's 8.5. Andy Milnes gives him a 9. Big jump. Kamal Dwyer gives him a 9. Leonard an 8.5. Carol Suet, Stone's perfect today, gives him a 9. Arnav Gupta gives him a 9. King of assists, Stones the wall, 8.5. Mark Armstrong, 9. Rolls Royce, a defender. That's what he looked like today, definitely. Jacket Man says Stones was a rock at the back, 9. Laurie, Stones a 9. Dudley gives him a 9. Samuel Gringo gives him a 9. Scott Emil, loving his confidence, bring the ball forward, gives him an 8.5. Let Lovely, 6.5 to all our players, in my opinion, because we all admit it wasn't one of our best displays. Lengan's sweet. Stones a 10. King of Assists, share equally 8.5, 18 points in total. Man City fan gives him, there you go. SOS 8.5 for the Boulder. He's got his new name, the Cagoule wearing Boulder. Alec Johnson, Stones and Diaz 9, solid. My brother saying England have a gem in Stones. Very good. Only need 2 at the back. Steve Dempson, my high score I've ever given him an 8. Peter Curry gives him an 8.5. CM gives him an 8. Our next formation, 2-7-1. Dupe gives him 11.1. Simon Bajanski, sixth best defender, karma on and off the ball. Everything Arsenal threw his way was returned with interest, and his efforts were vocally appreciated by his teammates throughout the game and gave him a 9. So that's the score I'm going to give. I'm going to give him a 9 from your, not I'm giving him, but from yours. So there you go, Stones gets a 9. Right, on to this next guy. Ferner. Have we run out of superlatives for this absolute genius of a midfielder?
Well, he's my other man of the match. I probably will give my man of the match to Ferner, if I'm honest. He was absolutely everywhere, dispossessing, Arsenal all over the pitch, and then playing some beautiful balls as well. I thought it was fantastic today. I really do. For me, he's a 9. I thought he was. It's just you give Rodri the day off, and you can bring in Fernandinho. I mean, City are taking a piss, mate. For me, his passing is phenomenal. Yeah.
But he sniffs danger like nobody else.
Yeah, that's his biggest sort of what he's got over Rodri. I think is that he just spots dangers, isn't he?
His situational awareness radar is it's switched on. He just sees danger everywhere. He is phenomenal. Leonard gives him an 8. Ryan gives him an 8. I smell trophies. Let's hope so. Pardo Oaks, Fernandinho a 10. Simon gives him an 8.5. Charlie, engine of the midfield, 8.5. 35 years old, remember, absolutely. Kamal, 8.5. Ferner, 100. Wish we could go up that far. 9. The mop, that's exactly what he does. Andy Mills, 9. Man of the match for me as well. There you go. People agreeing with you, Scott. Scott Williams gives Scott Williams gives him an 8. Jack Lee gives him an 8.5. Mark gives him an 8.5. So does SOS. Cheddar gives him an 8. Legan Sweet gives him a 9. Scott him all 9. Show Rodri how it should be done. Man of the match. Someone can go 8. Experience Andy. There's no doubting about it. Fernandinho, 100 million trillion rating. Dudley Lewis gives him a 9. Dino is no dinosaur. Jacket Man gives him a 9. So does Stephen Dempster as well. Alex asks, is he on steroids? He never ever stops. Anybody else with a score? Alec Johnson gives him a 9. Alan gives him a 10. And Gerson gives him a 9. What else have we got? Well said, Fernandinho. Fernandinho has a beastly ability to sniff danger. He does. CM City 8. It's me 8. Scott Williams says nah, but Simon
didn't get a booking either. Shocking.
No, terrible. A luxury for Guardiola that he can rest Rodri and have a player of this caliber come in. He dispossessed Arsenal players all over the pitch. Excuse me. To keep his side pushing forward, and gave him an 8. Well, I'm gonna have to give Ferner a 9. He gets the same score as John Stones on your scores. I can't give him a 10, but he certainly gets a 9. So on your scores, Fernandinho gets a 9 as well. I thought he was sensational today. Absolutely brilliant. I love the player. I just wish he was 5 years younger. But what a player. Right, moving on to his partner, who today I didn't think was going to play, but he did, and that was Ilkay Gundogan. Obviously shrugged off his niggle. So what were your thoughts on Ilkay today?
Yeah, I thought he helped control the game, but as was he anywhere near what he's been playing at recently? No, he wasn't. Yeah. I don't mind that, if I'm honest with you. I hope he was easing himself back in, rather than herring around like a Bernardo. But he did well. He played okay. I gave him a 7. It was nowhere near his best performance of the season, but he's just coming back from that groin strain, and he did play his part in keeping the game controlled.
Yeah,
I did spurn a couple of chances, not glaringly obvious chances, but had he showed a little bit more, a better touch, better composure. Sorry.
Yeah,
No.
and I guess that comes with. I think he's definitely one of those players, Gundogan, that forget his injury. I think he's one of those players that he probably needs to play nearly 5 or 6, 7 games on a run to keep that ticking over, that consistency. And then I think if there's going to be a slight shift where he's rested or rotated or he's got a slight injury for a game, he might be one of those players that can't immediately just turn it on again. And it looked like that tonight. It looked like he was, but there were a few players like that, I thought, today. But Leonard gives him a 7. Quite a game, said Charlie, 7.5. Yeah, 7.5 from King of Assists. Peter Curry gives him a 7. Let's go down. Sorry, there was a few other comments. I'm just trying to pick out your scores because we haven't got much time. So Gundogan a 7, 6.5 below performance. Jack Lee gives him a 7. Simon gives him a 6.5. Alan's, thank you, Alan, for that super chat, mate. Did Rodri watch the Master Ferner Pure Class? Oh, he's just got to. At least you didn't say Plodri. Anyone else? It's me. Honestly, it wasn't as effective as he is as the main man. 6.5. Gundo, not quite as influential. 7. SOS gives him a 7. Shedders gives him a 6.5. Not too bad. 7 says Samuel Gringo. 7 says Dudley Lewis. CM gives him a 6.5. Ryan's can't be the man every game. A 7. Jacketman says Condog will retrieve goals again. A 9. Well, I won't say it was a 9 today, but each to their opinions. 7.5 from Kamal. 6 from Stephen. Dempster, 7 from Scott. Scotty Moore gives him a 7. Seems to play a bit deeper again. Don't suit him. Gundo a 7. Obsidian gives him a 6. Mr. Whippy 7.5 says Lengon Sweet. Dupes gives him a 6. Fair hats on. Hello, how are you, mate? I think Gundo was afraid to get injured again, so it was careful. 7. Andy, I bet you watched Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super. Any ideas?
No.
Sorry, mate. Me neither. No idea. Never heard of it. Kamazat Wolf gives him an 8. Abdel gives him a 7. Right, okay. Simon Bachowski. Gundogan. Some unusually poor decisions in front of goal made this game less comfortable than it should have been for City, promising that he wasn't kept out for long with injury, though, and gave him a 6. People are giving him mainly, would suggest, 7s. Go for a 7. We'll go for a 7. Gundogan gets a 7. One wasn't his best. OG Baby gives him a 7, and Dragon Ball Super, wrong channel, said Alec Johnson. Oh, no, it's a load of dragons. I don't know. No idea. Well, I have no idea. Let me know what it is. Maybe it's something I might be really interested in, but somehow I'm not quite sure. But Bernardo Silva, what were your thoughts on Bernardo?
Oh, Bernardo had a good game. He was tireless as ever. I thought out of all our sort of forward players, I think he was the one who was having a massive influence on the fact that, defending from the front. I thought he had a really good game for me.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was good. It just energy. And it shows he can fit in the team with Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, definitely. No shadow of a doubt there.
Yeah.
I'd give him a 7.5. Thought he had a good game.
Well, Leonard gives him a 7. Charlie says he was all over the pitch, 7.5. Shedder gives him a 7. Bernardo an 8. Assuming an 80. Laurie. Kamal gives him an 8. OG the Baby gives him a 7. I'm just trying to find your scores, guys. Scott Williams a 7. Simon a 7. Bernardo 8. Always running. Jack Lee an 8. He's a grafter. What a player, says Kamal. Andy Milnes. Bernie gets an 8. Alan gives him an 8.5. Samuel Gringo, the 7.5. Bernardo, an 8 from Stephen. SOS gives him an 8. Peter Curry, an 8. Obsidian gives him an 8.5. Even Abasang about Bernardo, 8.5. Andy, don't you know Goku and Vegeta? No, mate. I'm afraid I don't. 7.5. Addy, sorry, I'm like hard fought wing. Bernardo, 10 from me. Legan Sweet says Bernardo 7 and 7.5 from Hart. So Bernardo continuing his excellent form, finding space, carrying the ball well to keep City in possession and then get them out of some sicky or tricky situations, and gave him a 7, says Simon Pajowski. I'm going to go for one more than that, and for the comments that are on here, because most of you, I think, were a little bit kinder. I'm going to give Bernardo, from your comments, an 8 overall. Again, these are from your comments. I thought he was very good today. Very, very good. Right, on to Riyad Mahrez. Chris, Riyad Mahrez, what were your thoughts on him today overall?
I thought he had a really decent game. He looked very dangerous in the first few minutes, that's for sure. When he was able to just get himself one-on-one with Tierney, he struggled with him a lot. And I think he became less influential attacking-wise in the second half, but defensively, he was helping out Cancelo a lot. So for me, I'm going to give Riyad a 7.5. I thought he had a really good game again. Fair play to him.
Okay, Leonard gives it. He agrees. He gives him a 7.5. Mahrez from Laurie gives him an 8. Peter Curry gives him a 7.5. So does Abdel. It's Me gives him a 7. OG gives him a 6. Simon gives him a 7. SOS gives him a 7 as well. Alan gives him an 8. King of Assists a 7. Alec a 7. Gerson, big jump there when it comes up. Sorry. Gerson gives him an 8.5 for the assist. Alex says, Mara 7, -7, that's 0. Come on. Charlie gives him a great game. Brilliant. It says, wonderful touch, 8. Going to the Burnley highlights. Algerian Football TV, 8.5. Tortini apart first half. Great assist. D says, hope you're well, Andy. I'm very good, buddy. How are you? Hope you're really well. I give Mara 7.5. So has Bernardo. 7.5 track back for a change. Mahrez, hero defensively, 10. Seriously impressed, said Addy. Cheddar's 7, decent game. Obsidian, Mahrez, 8.5. Andy Mills, first 15 minutes, 10. Rest of the game is 6. Dudley gives him an 8. Jacket Man says, Mahrez had a word with Jesus, thrown away his crutches at last. Joe Kinney gives him a 7. 7.5, worked hard. 7.5, Mahrez was okay, said Alex. Kazamat, or Kamazat Wolf gives him an 8. Simon Pajowski said, picked up where he left off at Goodison, making decisive contributions in goals. Not much went for him up front, but he worked hard and hard to help Cancelo out at the back and gave him a 7. Scotty Moll gives him a 7.5. Stephen, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put that Mahrez a 0. That's shocking. I'm going to give Mahrez a 7.5 on your average scores. I thought Mahrez was. I mean, his cross was superb, and I thought that first 15, 20 minutes he absolutely terrorised their defence, and his touch is sublime. Drifted out the game for about 20, 30 minutes, but then second half, I thought he worked hard in the second half. So Mahrez gets a 7.5. On to somebody who had just come back from his injury, and that was Kevin De Bruyne, Chris.
Yeah, I thought Kevin had moments in the game where he looked his usual self, but I think this is typical of Kevin coming back from injury, really. Some of his passing was a little off. I think really I can't score him for the second half because I think he wasn't really there in the second half for the minutes he played. He wasn't chasing back like normal.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm going to give Kev a 6.5. There was signs, obviously, that some of his passing is incredible. Raz probably should have had another one from him.
Yeah, he should have done. Yeah,
but yeah, it's great to see him back on the pitch, and he'll only get better.
Yeah, he will. Jack Lee says 7.5. Leonard gives him a 6.5. Shedder's a 6. Scott Williams a 7. Jack Lee gives him a 6.5. Langan Sweet gives him a 6. I'll give Prince Harry an 8 today. 7. Peter Curry a 7. Simon give him a 7 as well. Stephen gives him a 7. Laurie a 6. Kamazak gives him a 5.5. Alec a 7. It's me 7 for his standards. King of Assists 7.5. 6 finding his way back, says Andy Mills. 7 getting back to fitness. Gerson 6.5 is good. 7 says Charlie. Jacket Man says gets a 6.5. Anyone else with a score I can put up? Dudley gives him a 7. Fairhat says Kevin should get a 9 even if he sit on the bench. The team get confidence when he's fit. Dudley Lewis a 7. Scotty Moll 6. Beautiful man, but pretty awful. Should only have had 20-30 minutes, he reckons. Paddock says 6.5. Sabajowski, encouraging to have him back starting, and Sterling should have probably have given him an assist, although his radar wasn't always as accurate as it can be, and gave him a 7. I'm going to go with the comments on here. I'm going to give Kevin De Bruyne a 6.5. Didn't think he was great. I think there was 1 or 2 passes that were sublime, but yeah, those little quick passes, his radar was off a little bit. Paddock's also said 6.5 as well. So moving on to Raheem Sterling. Chris, we're just wrapping up with the last couple of players. We'll sort of
strange one with Raz, really. He had a decent game. He was always looking for the ball, but again, he got give him credit for his goal, got a great position and took it well. But there was a parts of the game as well where he sort of ran down blind alleys again today, a little bit hesitant on the ball. I'm going to give him a 7. He wasn't bad. He wasn't brilliant. He was just a decent game.
Leonard gives him an 8. Charlie says 8 great driving runs. Pardo Oaks a 7. Andy Mills an 8. It's me a 7. OG DeBaby an 8. Alec an 8. Jack Lee also gives him an 8. Silver Simon is a common theme here. SOS a 7. Shedder's 7.5. Laurie Sterling was my man of the match at 10. Sterling a 7, says Stephen Dempster. Alec 8, great goal. Alex says, no, says Sterling kind of overcomplicated things. 6.5 says got him all frustrating. Peter Curry gives him a 7.5. Sorry, King of Assist, if I'm not mentioning it. There you go. AMHD, Manchester City, such small. No fans that they have. Have you already chainsawed him?
Yeah, I've got rid of him.
Good man. Scott Williams, 7.5. Feeling gets no help on his wing whilst Maris always has 3 options. King of Assist gives him an 8. Well, I won't read that one out then. Dudley Lewis a 7.5. Sterling is in second gear a 7. 8. Who put spring in his boots? Legan Sweet says 7.5. Right, okay. So I think probably 7.5 is a rather average score, looking at 7s and 8s. So we'll go in the middle. Raheem Sterling gets a 7.5, and he did score a great header from a great cross from Mahrez. The only other person, we'll go 2. We'll go Gabby and Pep. Double it up because we're running over. So Gabby and Pep. Then today, Gabby came on, as we know. Was it 63rd minute he came on today? So he had 26, 27 minutes there or thereabouts. So what were your thoughts on Gabby? And also a quick shout out for Pep today in his formation.
I think Gabby made a big difference when he came on. I really do. I thought we looked better when he was on the pitch. His shooting boots are obviously still in the changing room, but he probably left them at Burnley or something. I don't know, but
it was awful.
Yeah, it was a terrible shot. But I thought he had a real influence on the game when he came on. So yeah, I'd happily give Gabby a 7. He probably people might not agree with that, but I thought he was all right.
Well, it's is it not 225 million kilometers away? Bars. We might get footage of it landing on there tomorrow.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, it wasn't a good effort, but yeah, honestly, I thought he had a really positive impact on the game when he came on.
Yeah, he did.
Really did. And Pep, I will never give Pep a score. I refuse to do that. Never have. Yeah, he got it. He's rotating the team. He's keeping it fresh. You know, and I think we are fortunate to have such a strong squad, and for Pep to be able to do that. And I think that's why we are cruising at the minute.
Absolutely.
So yeah, he's not frightened to make changes. You know, brilliant. Love it.
There you go.
Never leave.
OG DeBaby says 4 Premier League titles in 5 years. Small club. Yeah, absolutely. It's me gives Gabby a 5. Charlie Everett's asking Pep. Yeah, it's up there, mate. We just done. Some people join. Give us a chance. Just give us a chance. Whatever you do, we can only write so much and talk so much and things like that. Give us a chance. Gabby a 10 and Pep a 10, says Laurie. 6 for Gabby and 7 for Pep, says Shedders. Charlie says Jesus 6.5. Gabby, he's a wasp, says he is. I thought he was that today. And I thought, actually, when he came on, I thought he gave a little bit more energy to the other 2 up front and the other 3. I thought he drove more, one person. When he went, the rest went. And I thought he buzzed around like mad tonight. It's me, Pep, 5. Why not Aguero? Go and watch the Friday Night Social. It's me. I think we discussed maybe about that. Gabby a 7, Pep a 9. Scott him all feeling good. We agree on something. OG DeBaby a 6. Pado Oats a 6.5 and a 7.5. Again, sweet. Gabby a 6.5. Pep a 6.5. Some are not happy. Pep's not play. Pep didn't play Aguero. Gabby not applicable. 7.5. Well, I have to do it because Sam Wojciechowski's given scores and commented, so we have to cover him. And if we didn't, people would say, why are you not covering Gabby? And we can't win, can we? Sometimes. Gabby 10 and Pep 18 out of 10 for the amount of consecutive wins. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Addy, I totally am with you on that one. Peter Curry 7, Scott Williams a 6.5, SOS a 7. Jacket Man, Gabby a 5, and Pep is close to God. Got to be more than an 8 then. If he's close to God, it's got to be a 9.99999 or something. Yeah, Gabby a 7, Pep 6 for not using all his subs. Why risk him in that game? That was my thoughts. Why risk him in that game? Give him a few more days. Certainly, the rest of the other players I don't think needed any game time. Maybe you could say for me, Sergio could have had 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes at the end or something like that. But maybe you don't think he's ready. Maybe you just think there's no need to risk him. No need to risk it. You can have another 3 days on the training field.
Yeah. I think if he doesn't play in the next 2 games or have any involvement in the next 2 games, then there may be something more than
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I think he'll definitely get game time.
I think he'll start. There's my shout out for the Mönchengladbach game. I think he starts. I think he starts for that game. So I'm going to say it now. There you go. Stephen 6.5. Pep 999. Glad it's not 666. Jack Lee. Pep 7. Job done. Here we go. Alex. Is that Alex Toole? Is it Alex Toole? Is it Alex Toole? Can't read it there. I've got glasses on. He must. He's gone, obviously. Pep the genius. He is. They're all coming on now. Yeah, no, of course they are. They always do, don't they? We're nearly at 100 and we've got to go. Andy not play what doesn't mean anything, but just chose not to rate. No, it's fine, Leonard. No, absolutely fine. I'm just saying we have to rate it because Simon Wojciechowski gave him a score, and we normally say on the channel, anyone who gets 20 minutes or more, we will score them. Anything less than that, we're not going to score them. But anyway, Simon Wojciechowski said his introduction made a positive impression and City looked more dangerous with him on the pitch and gave him a 7. And I agree with that, and I agree with you, Chris. I thought we did look a little bit more dangerous when Gabby came on. Whether that was because of the way the game was going, players were getting a little bit tired and things like that, but he does run his arse off, doesn't he? So we'll give Gabby a 7. And as for Pep, there's only one score for Pep, and it's as simple as that. Pep is just an absolute genius. There's no doubt in it. The man is an absolute genius. He just does things that nobody else does. Nobody else does. He takes players, converts them, puts them in different positions, trains them on the pitch, rotates, keep the players fresh. And that's why you've got Klopp just whining and whinging and everything else, because he's just not the coach that Guardiola is. He cannot do what Pep Guardiola does and be flexible and look long term and create players to think, right, what if we've got an injury here? It's all about planning with Pep. It's all about what if scenarios, and what if I could get Walker to play in this role? What if I can get Cancelo to play in this false 8 and I can get him to play as a left back, and Zinni, let's take him from there and put him as a left back, and all of these things. He's probably, with his team, planning so far ahead. That's the difference. That is the massive difference. People say it's about a big squad. Well, you only have to look at Liverpool and what they've got on their bench.
Yeah, but it was windy, wasn't it? It was windy yesterday.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. He has an influence on God, doesn't he? Yeah, I forgot about that. My fault. It was very windy. Was the grass long as well?
That's 19 points, mate. 19 points. Well played, Everton, by the way.
Yes.
Really pleased
Brilliant.
with Everton.
Absolutely.
Let's hope they can get into that top 4.
Yeah. Well,
West Ham and Leicester. I'd love that in my top 4.
I'm really, really pleased for Cameron at the Mighty Blues, because he would have had a shed load of fans on his channel, and probably most of them Liverpool fans, all just being like they usually are. But as it stands tonight, the table is Manchester City sit top, 25 games. We are on 59 points. Our goal difference is plus 35. Man United are second on 49 points. Their goal difference is 21. They're 14 behind us. Leicester third after 25 games on 49. Same as its goal difference between Leicester and Man United. West Ham, well done, West Ham. Team I like West Ham. Same, they're on 45 points with a goal difference of 10. Chelsea in fifth on 43. Liverpool all the way back in sixth. Outside, no games in hand or anything. And you have to remember, Everton still have a game in hand over Liverpool. They can go on level points with Chelsea and put Liverpool down to seventh. And then you've also got Aston Villa, who have 2 games. Is 2 games in hand? Is it finished tonight? Is it? I can't remember what it is, but Villa can still actually catch Liverpool. So before you know it, Liverpool can be ninth, something like that. But it's all about Man City. We just keep going and going and going, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. Andy, you missed the super chat today. I apologise. Where was super chat? Super chat didn't. Oh, was it Legends? It was there. There we go. Thank you, Charlie, for pointing that out. I do appreciate it. Langan Sweet says, I rattled Mark Goldbridge yesterday. He said we had no fans and no City fans. I know. I'm not getting into the whole Mark Goldbridge debate. I was copied in. I was tweeted in this morning on the whole debate, and it went on and on and on and on. I'm not getting involved in it. I'm really not. It is what it is. It really is. It's just, it's quite embarrassing. That he obviously got rattled, clearly, to come out with statements like that. But at the end of the day, my thing is I'm not getting involved in it, because you only have to look at what he got on Twitter today. So he gets paid for this, remember. That's his full-time job. He doesn't have a normal job. This is his job. So there you go. Here we go. Oh, we've got Liverpool till I died. Have you changed something, Chris?
Yeah, got rid of him.
I thought you might have done, mate. But there you go. So I'm not getting into the whole Goldbridge thing, because all it is he just wants to generate more clicks. And I think people gave it him on Twitter, and that's exactly what he got. So, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. We're just doing what we're doing. We don't do it. It's not our job, and that's the difference between the two. you're going to get some channels that will do it purely because they need financially to get clicks and generate income. We don't have to do that. That's the difference. We're just fans at the end of the day. So we don't have to generate income to survive on the channel. But these type of channels, they do have to do that. So it is what it is. Don't worry about it. Don't get involved in it, because if you do, you're just giving them more credence and giving them more clicks and giving them more income. So it is what it is. But anyway, I want to say a massive, massive thank you to Chris. Thank you, buddy, for coming on.
No,
I know
right.
it shouldn't have been us two tonight, but we tried. It was late, and I do apologise for interrupting your weekend and getting you on here. But
That's all right, mate.
it is what it is, and I want to say a massive thank you to everybody for giving your comments tonight. Really do appreciate it. I don't think there'll be any stream tomorrow, and on there, so we've had to do tonight's Premier League player ratings and post-match analysis. But if we do and one of the guys are free, maybe there might be something around tomorrow. But keep a lookout. Before I do, I must do one thing, and that was I just need to update and have a look at what was the community chat on the man of the match. Well, it seems that there was a walk-away winner. 167 votes. Let's see. Sterling got 8%. Fernandinho 13 with Mahrez. Stones got 15, and the runaway winner on the Man City Fan TV YouTube channel player rated poll was Ruben Diaz. Absolutely blasted it with 51%. So there you go. But anything else before you go, Chris?
No, just thanks for everyone coming on and joining us and
Yeah,
giving us your scores. Sorry we've had a few tools on, but that's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah, of course
United have had a win. They want to get on and tell us that, it's not quite over yet, and the dippers are just thick. So yeah, thanks. Stay safe, everyone. Thanks for coming and joining us.
Yeah, there you go. Great show, Andy, Chris, as always. Come on, City. Thank you, Leonard. See you after another victory. Yeah, let's hope so, mate. Oh no, I think we might be on before then, but just thinking about tomorrow night, maybe there might not be something tomorrow. Bye, Chris and Andy. Thank you very much. Cheers for the stream. Have a good night, both of you, and you, Noah. You too, Dupes. Great show. Thank you very much. SOS, thanks, all the best. Charlie Everett, sit or die. Great show. Love the play ratings. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, everyone. Hello, Toby Adams. You're a bit late, mate. We're about to go. King of Assists, bye. Take care, young Andy. Yeah, King of Assists, you need to tell me about what that thing is. Dragons and things. I have no idea, mate. Andy and Chainsaw Chris, the Ant and Deck of the Man City fan community. Dave's Best City Fan Channel, thank you very much. And as Super Show said, Alex Johnson, thank you, mate. Cheers, lads, says BHE, and all the best to you, Dudley and Kamal Dwyer. But listen, Andy and Chris, the deadly duo. Pep is the saviour. He is. Let's talk about Pep rather than me and Chris. That's the best thing. Stephen Dempster says, still the best City channel on YouTube. Yeah, we've got no fans though, have we, Stephen, according to that absolute bell sniff who's from Nottingham. But anyway, whatever you do, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell icon. That way you'll be notified. And I do apologise sometimes if we don't post things as quickly as you'd like them, but sometimes we're not a channel. We are not, like I said all along, we are not a channel that will post vlogs every single day just for the sake of posting them. We want to do the right stuff, try and give you some quality content rather than just shoving out a load of crap day in, day out just to get things on the channel. So I hope you do appreciate that. And remember, we're not charging anybody for this. We're doing it free of charge as it stands now. But when payment comes along, we'll see how many of you join over then, but we will have loads and loads and loads and loads of top stuff coming on for you. Stanley has got a bone to pick with you, Andy. Yeah, I think Jacket Man might be my wife. I don't think it is, but anyway. Jack him up. Man City Fan TV, the best team in the land and all the world. Thank you very much. But anyway, take care. This is Andy. This is Chris from Man City Fan TV. Have a great evening. Hope you've had a nice weekend. City have won 3 points. That's all that matters. We are just running away with this Premier League, and it's absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, have a great start to your week tomorrow. We'll be back at some point. But take care and be Be safe.